Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Observations from a Distance. I'm Greg Frazier, Framingham State College student. Today, I do this episode with a bit of a heavy heart. I'm saving my light-hearted episode for tomorrow, Friday afternoon episode, but I'm come here without my hat to say something. I had an argument today at the lunch table, and it didn't go the way I wanted to have it go. And I was mainly talking about weather. My background in meteorology. I didn't even say that right, but it doesn't matter. I read weather boards and I get really interested in storms, and a lot of the weather buffs are really interested in watching these hurricanes, and they almost get to the point of rooting for them. So I said, I was rooting for Hurricane Katrina. Kind of halfway, kidding. And I also said, I gave my opinion on my sympathies to a lot of the people that were stuck in New Orleans. I said, 95% of them, did have advance warning, and they didn't know it. Because I was aware of the storm 3 or 4 days before it hit. It was in the Gulf of Mexico. It was a Category 4. It was a very strong storm, and the track had it going directly for New Orleans. And a person who will remain unnamed made a comment like, "Oh, I knew 4 people that died in New Orleans. You shouldn't say that." I shouldn't say what? It's my opinion. People need to stop being hostile about someone's opinion. And, he was gunning for me. He was gunning for me. So, I stopped there because I didn't want to say anything else that might have offended anyone. That's the last thing I want to do. The last thing I want to do is hurt anyone's feelings or make someone feel bad. But I am giving my opinion on it, and it may be an unpopular opinion. But first of all, I'm a weather buff, and I'm into watching storms. And second of all, since I am into watching storms, I'm also aware of hurricanes that are in the area. And if you're not aware, if you live in a southeast state like that, and you have a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico, and you're not following it, you're asking for trouble. Now, there may be exceptions to that story with people in nursing homes. But for the most part, it is hard to remain logically sympathetic to people that had a chance to leave the area and decided to stay there. Those are the people that I'm not as sympathetic towards. And I'm getting a little frustrated by that. Because people think, oh, he doesn't care. I do care. I'm sympathetic to humans on an emotional level. But on a logical level, if you have a chance to get the hell out of the way within 3 days and you don't do that, it is hard to remain sympathetic logically. And that's obviously a hard thing to explain to the normal person, and it's not a popular opinion. But that's my opinion. And there's a lot of controversy surrounding it. People are blaming George Bush for it. Like, what the hell? Certainly, there are some controversies regarding FEMA not responding in time. Levees not being actually good enough to sustain, because Hurricane Katrina hit as a Category 2/3, and it should have actually not have broke the levees, but it did. And that actually amplified the effects a lot more. So, and here's the other point that I was going to make. Does that mean I can't make a comment on seatbelts? My grandmother died in a car accident because her head went through the windshield. But I'm not going to take offense if anyone makes a comment on seatbelts or car crashes, or like a NASCAR fan says that they like car crashes. That's what it's equivalent to. It's someone giving their opinion. Don't be hostile to me about that. It's just an opinion. And the moment he said that, I actually did shut down the argument. I didn't want to say anything else. I am human. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to cause shit. I don't want to, cause people to be angry or, emotional. People can get very emotional about tragedies like that. So it is best to stay away, and it's definitely politically incorrect to say something like, I was rooting for Hurricane Katrina in a weather term. But anyways, it was a fascinating storm, and I do follow the weather quite a bit. I am a fan of watching these storms in the Atlantic and tracking them. It's a lot of fun, and it is something I actually have grown up on. So, with regards to that, I do apologize if I do hurt people by giving my opinions, but people do have to remember it's just an opinion. And that's my observation from a distance. Have a good Thursday, everyone.